This visual storytelling is very instrumental in letting our community know, letting the audience know that this South Dakotan history needs to be shared. I have a focus and an emphasis on my research kind of tailored to the African American community, the Jewish community, and the indigenous community. So that puts me in my place right now as the Research Director and Curator right here in South Dakota at our African American History Museum. And what I want to do is help tell these untold stories. There's a lot of rich heritage and history that is just not being told. I think that's unfair. If we're not telling our stories, who is, And it should come from us, from our voice. So that's what put me on this personal journey to embark on this mission that I'm on. The resilience of African Americans in South Dakota is very important, and I learned this through our founder of our museum, Porter Williams. He's an activist, he's an artist, and he still creates art in his 80s. As a mentor of mine, I also want to say that he introduced me to Lawrence Diggs. Lawrence Diggs is an author, a poet, and he is a filmmaker. So they both taught me about Oscar Micheaux. Oscar Micheaux was born in the 1880s. He's a Black filmmaker. He wrote stories, and he was very impactful in telling these stories because he went against the traditional norms. He was breaking taboos and bringing that to light. He ended up telling stories about interracial relationships and marriages, these type of things, these type of topics around the rest of the country would get you hung, get you lynched. So I'm deeply impacted and inspired by Black pioneers such as Oscar Micheaux. Some of the most thrilling and exciting archives and artifacts that I came across during my time researching here and doing curation was the story of Al White Sr. Porter Williams introduced me to Al White Jr. So Al White Sr., his family, his estate, they have a collection of his 8mm film reels. He has some slides, and all of this dates back from the 1940s all the way up through the 1980s. I felt a connection to this because of my own identity, of not knowing all of my history. Sometimes you have to be careful where you dig, and I apply that also with our history. Someone could come with an incredible story about an African-American family or some rich African-American history that I didn't know, but I can't jump the gun and just put it out there without doing my research. Sometimes you have to be careful where you dig. Some of the most challenging aspects of when dealing relatively with obscure historical artifacts is the accessibility, for one. So when I mentioned Al White Sr.'s collection, his estate, his children, they live in 3 different states. So getting all of that collection here to be housed in one collection space, that's challenging, and there's no resources. A lot of this we're coming out of pockets for. I think it's important to preserve these stories because it's our future. Being that bridge as this middle generation for our youth and our elders, we have to share that connection. We have to be able to tell these stories. Regarding our space, it is a glorified trophy case, but it's what we have now. For the future, I would like to have an immersive, hands-on experience so you can actually touch and not be having this wall dividing our history from the other South Dakotan histories.